It's June 1946, Queens, New York. A child is born into wealth but not comfort. His father is a real estate tycoon, ruthless, demanding, unforgiving. From an early age, the boy learns one lesson above all others: winning is everything. His name is Donald Trump. He grows up surrounded by concrete and contracts. Deals are discussed at the dinner table. Failure is weakness. At 13, his behavior becomes uncontrollable. His parents send him away to military school. There, chaos meets discipline. He learns hierarchy, obedience, and most importantly, how power is enforced. Years later, he returns to New York with ambition burning hotter than anything his father built. Manhattan is the prize. Skyscrapers are the battlefield. While others see risk, he sees headlines. He borrows heavily, takes bold gambles, slaps his name on buildings like a brand stamped into steel. By the 1980s, New York City knows him well. Gold towers, tabloid covers, lavish parties, private jets. He becomes less a businessman and more a spectacle. Success and failure blur together. Bankruptcies follow triumphs. Casinos rise and fall. But one thing never disappears: the name. Trump understands something others don't. In America, perception matters more than balance sheets. Then comes television. In 2004, he steps onto a new stage. Millions tune in as he plays the role of ultimate authority. Contestants line up, cameras roll. With a single phrase, he decides their fate. "You're fired." The boardroom becomes theater. The message is simple and powerful. Trump decides who wins. For over a decade, that image hardens in the public mind. To supporters, he is strength, confidence, control. To critics, arrogance incarnate. But everyone knows his name. And in modern politics, name recognition is currency. Then comes the moment no one takes seriously. June 2015. A golden escalator inside Trump Tower. Cameras flash. Reporters smirk. He announces his run for president. Pundits laugh. Pollsters dismiss him. Political veterans call it a stunt. But something unexpected happens. Crowds form, rallies swell. His words are blunt, unfiltered. He attacks elites, mocks political correctness, and promises to shatter a system many Americans no longer trust. He doesn't speak like a politician. He speaks like an outsider who doesn't care who he offends. While others speak policy, he speaks anger. Factories are gone. Wages are frozen. Wars feel endless. Millions feel ignored. And Trump tells them one thing: you were robbed. The Republican establishment panics. Governors fall. Senators crumble. One by one, seasoned politicians are swept aside. Trump dominates headlines, social media, and cable news. Every attack only feeds him. Every scandal becomes oxygen. By the time the Republican Party realizes what's happening, it's too late. He owns the base. He owns the conversation. Then comes the general election. Across the aisle stands experience, stability, decades in public service. Hillary Clinton is favored by every model, every expert, every poll. But Trump runs a different war. He bypasses traditional media. He floods Twitter. He insults, provokes, dominates attention. Scandals erupt. Tapes leak. Predictions of collapse fill the air. Yet his supporters remain loyal. They don't see a politician. They see a weapon. The country fractures into two realities. On November 8, 2016, America goes to sleep believing one outcome is inevitable. Then the map turns red. State by state, the impossible becomes real. Rust Belt strongholds flip. Blue walls crumble. And just after midnight, the result is undeniable. Donald Trump wins. Political dynasties are stunned. Analysts are speechless. Protesters flood the streets. Supporters celebrate what they call a revolution. For the first time, a man with no political office, no military service, and no governing experience becomes President of the United States. In January 2017, he places his hand on the Bible and takes the oath. But his rise doesn't stop there. His presidency ignites constant conflict. Institutions strain, norms shatter, allies distance themselves, enemies test boundaries. Every day feels like a crisis. Every tweet like a spark thrown onto dry grass. To supporters, he is a fighter who finally stood up to a broken system. To critics, a dangerous populist who shattered democratic traditions. In 2020, he loses re-election. Many believe it's the end, that history has closed the book, but Trump refuses to disappear. He claims betrayal. He rallies supporters. He stays in the spotlight. Lawsuits pile up. Investigations circle, but his grip on his base never loosens. Then comes the comeback no one thought possible. 2024, Trump runs again. The country is exhausted, divided, angry. Inflation bites. Wars rage overseas. Trust in institutions is weaker than ever. Once more, Trump offers not calm, but confrontation, not unity, but certainty. On election night, history repeats itself. Against predictions, against expectations, against disbelief, Donald Trump wins again. In January 2025, he returns to Washington, sworn in for a second, non-consecutive term. Older, more battle-hardened, less restrained. A president who has nothing left to prove and nothing left to lose. For his supporters, it is redemption. For his critics, a warning. But one truth remains undeniable. Donald Trump did what no one thought possible. Twice. He turned celebrity into power, anger into momentum, defeat into resurgence, and disbelief into victory. How Trump rose to power was not through quiet strategy or political patience. It was through spectacle, through division, through relentless attention. Because in the modern age, attention is power, and no one understood that better than him.